Hello YouTube, let's play some chess. And let's go for the Jobava London, or I guess, yeah, we transpose into a Jobava London. And in this case, I like these lines with h4. And there might be a rook sack coming. Best move is h5. Or you could play one of these moves, c6, e6, and there I'd usually just develop my bishop to prepare h5, because the rook sack isn't any good anymore. But I made him think already, which probably means he isn't prepared here, which is a good thing. Now after the rook sack, you still need to be accurate, and I sometimes struggle with that as well, but I need to force myself to go for these lines because objectively white is just better, so I need to learn that at least. Okay, he's going for a long think. Probably because this h4 idea is weird. Can I go for it already? He isn't castled, which I guess it just makes sense because I'm winning this pawn afterwards as well. Probably. And if he defends it, that should be fine. So this is just a really nice attack I get going here. And here I feel like this. It's a bit different than what I'm used to, but usually you bring your queen back to attack. And again, he's going for a long think. I think he can just push this pawn. Okay, he gives it up. Can I take? Queen comes over. And then this check. Yeah, that looks to be annoying for him. Remember, this is defended, so is this idea to go here? Maybe, but it's still this check. So let's go for this. Okay, he goes back. Which does make sense. Could go here maybe. Let's say takes. I'm threatening some checks. I'm threatening more. I'm threatening this pawn at least. I think it makes sense. Maybe he can go here now, by the way. Okay, I guess he takes with the queen and then this pawn is defended, which makes sense. Let's go here now, at least to stop this. And also to attack the bishop. She probably is going to defend and set up some discoveries. Right now I feel like there aren't any really scary discoveries. And there maybe I could take the knight, because he can't take with the bishop. If he takes with the pawn, that weakens his pawn structure. Still are no really good discoveries or anything. Yeah, this still looks alright. Right now I'm not really threatening anything. You could consider castling, but that looks a bit dangerous. Like my knight is coming in, I'm castling queenside, and then my rook can join the party, so... I could go here. Which makes sense, actually. Probably I just have to step back. Takes. I don't know, he can just bring his knight back. Defend the pawn and everything is defended, but... I still have the initiative there, I feel like. Also I have a big time advantage now. Okay, so he is voluntarily ruining his pawn structure. I guess he just wants to go there. Let's say I just go for that pawn. I think I can develop for now. Maybe he wins a pawn, but I win a pawn back. And he doesn't have this check afterwards because of my knight. Maybe I'm threatening to win this pawn as well. Not sure. Then I feel like moving here because then again, knight g4 becomes a thing. Here at the very least I'm being annoying again. If he defends with the queen, doesn't make sense to take. And if he takes with the queen, at the least I win a pawn again. Maybe he has some ideas to go here. My queen has some squares, not too many actually, but should be okay. And it stops his knight from going there, so yeah. Maybe should try and go for a queen trade. Which might actually make sense for him. He just gives up a pawn. Which is alright. I could also take here maybe. No, the queen takes and that defends the knight. So let's go for that. Question is, do I take that pawn or do I go here? This is probably more annoying. So after this I can castle and I don't mind that pawn. But actually his king is in trouble still. Could go there, could also just bring in my rook. Which actually isn't all that crazy. Maybe even here, just to attack that pawn. Now let's go here. If he castles queenside. Okay, he attacks me over there, which makes a bit of sense, I guess. I could push and actually be kind of safe. Could also drop my knight back. Which just defends. Also my queen is defending, so 2 rooks for the queen would still be okay. I'm ready to take this pawn now, maybe pin the bishop. Maybe go for some triangulation at some point. This pawn is under pressure. Ideas to trade bishop, but I don't think they do much. Still up on time, so that's a good thing. Could maybe try and bring his queen in. Already you need to watch out. He goes for this, which probably forces the queen trade, right? I can trade on my terms, which maybe makes sense. He takes here. And I win his queen. I think this makes sense. Because at least that way my knight improves. And if he doesn't trade now, I can probably just decline the queen trade. And just to show you, if I move my queen, let's say I take the pawn, then he checkmates me. So rook is defending, so it's not something I could do. Right now I'm threatening stuff like that because the rook is no longer defending the queen if he goes for that. Because I move my pawn up. So just go for this. At least it comes with tempo. And here, can I go for this? Let's say he takes my knight, I take his bishop. It's not enough, probably. So what if we go here and I go here first? He can take. And let's say I move back. Can go there. So it makes most sense to just defend the pawn right now. Checks don't really do much. So there's that. This makes sense. Now at least my bishop defends the pawn. Let's see, let's go here. Let me try and go for this pawn if he lets me. Yeah, he defends that. Let's improve my knight. Also stopping some checks here. Okay, let's just stop things. Sure. Okay, could go there. Should be okay, because that's still covered by the knight. Maybe he has this. Can probably just move. Is he seeing something here? Yeah, that's not ideal. Let me just go here now. And again, he could bring his rook in, but I can move. And he might win this pawn, but maybe I'm defending actually. Just push. Yeah, and he has 30 seconds, so I should definitely consider playing on time. And I win. That's crazy. Okay, let's go to the game review real quick. That's how you see, always play on. He was one move away from getting my rook and then at least securing a draw. Yeah, let's go to the game review. Apparently, after knight here, it doesn't work. I just need to go here. Maybe I was too eager with this rook sack. It ended up working out, but yeah, here already I'm slightly better, so it was okay. And here, should just put my bishop back. Makes sense. What does he have here? Queen f5. Yeah, I'm guessing I don't have much here. I'm just out on exchange. But here I have some compensation at least. Yeah, there's not much to analyze. I basically made it difficult for him and made it so he could make mistakes. And then in the end, I just started playing quickly, not necessarily accurately, just noticing he didn't have a lot of time. And I was actually going for the draw, but yeah, since my rook is still on the board, actually I could win. And that is what happened in this position, which is quite funny. Not proud of it, but that's sometimes how things work. Let me know what you think, like and subscribe if you want more of this, maybe become a member, and I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching, bye bye.